Epic guys here for Nanatsu Taizai Chapter 187. All your evildoers be smitten? Not really sure about that title. I feel that's kind of like the Derriere title with like up my ass kind of stuff. But anyways, this chapter picked off where last chapter off, and it's right in the middle of the Derriere. I think I don't know. I was saying Desiree, then I realized there's no S in it. So I think it's Derriere versus the Godness of how just consumed Hauser. I really thought this fight was gonna last maybe 2 chapters, 3 chapters, but no, it was several chapter. And at first, like, oh, what? Come on! It's like the first time you see God's kind of in action, but then you realize how powerful the Godness is compared to like Derriere, the Derriere. And that just like settled things. Like, okay, it does make sense. But anyways, we do get to see. It does look like the Godness, like the person we saw before. I believe her name was Nerobasta. I think that's what Howler did say. So Nerobasta just disappeared, and it looks like that she was pretty much took over House's body. And I guess like some sort of summoning thing where like the Godness kind of was sealed in the sword, and then to get to use her power to like be fully activated is to take over the human body. Because I guess there's something up with the Godness kind that we don't know yet, and maybe why they aren't roaming free. They all been sealed away by humans or some artifacts. Now it's very, very strange. We do see the Horn of Salvation, and there's definitely something up with Elizabeth as well with the Godness clan. She's definitely connected for sure in this. We do see Elizabeth and Hauser have the same eyes, but Elizabeth is different because Hauser's, once he activated the goddess and released her, the eyes came upon him, the druid eyes. But Elizabeth, her eyes always constantly there. So I'm gonna back to Elizabeth. Something up with Elizabeth's eye, very different. But anyways, we see him just use some sort of arc power and destroy their other red demons. And it looks like Derriere is finally getting to fight. She can summon the arc. The Godness seems very, very cocky. We even get this. She even states like, "Oh, how Ten Commandments like how they escape? We put them in the coffin of everlasting darkness." We get a confirmation on what they were like sealed with, and very strange to name the everlasting darkness. Because Monspet was like, oh, the Godness kind of using the anti thing for demons, a pure light substance, which she used the art, which is to destroy the red and gray demon. But then the coffin's name is Everlasting Darkness. That's very, I don't know, it's very like ironic, I guess, on how the darkness, the demons were sealed in everlasting darkness. I was thinking everlasting light, but moving on. So we see the Godness kind of Nerobasta, using Howard's body. Again, use the arc on Derriere, and again, very, very cocky. And she's like, oh, this is where you've been defeated, this is where you've been defeated, and like, you've lost, you use swords, use first commandment. And Derriere just rages and just breaks out of the arc and just pissed beyond belief, just yelling at Hauser and going nuts at him. And Hauser just, well, not Hauser, but Nerobasta swings the desert trying to like cut off her head, and she's just nope, taking none of it. Just the black thing. It's really, really cool that he swings and we see like her hair get cut off, and I don't know, little sidetrack, but oh, I love her small hair. Very, I don't know. Derriere, I don't know, I forgot how to say that, but Derriere, definitely one of my favorite commands. I don't know why. Really loving her character, just an uptight personality, and she seems like she's very like fuel, hot passion kind of person. I don't know. It's very, very enjoyable to read and like get the experience, like that kind of stuff. But anyways, she just at this point she takes command of the fight, and even Nerobasta is like, oh, hey, why are we talking this out? Well, like before he's being called, she's like, hey, I am pretty sure I'm gonna die right now, but you want to talk it out, blah, looking like, I know we got us kinds, we're little douche, we broke our pact. And then he mentions something very, very interesting where he says, I'm sorry we even went so far to kill off all the demon childs when we held him as a prisoner. And that's when Desiree just went crazy and just swiped and just wiped out Hauser. God, I'm really surprised that Hauser died in this chapter. That was something I was not expecting at all. But anyways, that's very interesting because what we can assume from this, because Nakaba Sensei really Nakama Sensei is really trying to hint at us that Derriere was most likely one of these prisoners of Godness Clan, and I could probably see her being friends with all these demon childs, and then she was the only one to escape, and she fell and she lived in the wild, and she lost all her friends, and that's just where like you can definitely tell that she has more hate than any of the commandments towards the Godness Clan. Because Monspet seems very, very like relaxed situation, doesn't seem like concerned or angry, but Derriere just flaming. She is pissed, and there's definitely some hint towards like her being like a prisoner of the Godness Clan, being tortured, that kind of stuff. And then on like the fateful day, she loses all her friends, they all die, and she barely escapes alive. Because we did see her as one of the Ten Commandments when she's a child. So I can definitely see that taking place before she became Ten Commandment. Like, again, Morga, Desert, and Monspet, just the relationship alone, I can definitely see her trying to survive for herself in the wild, on the verge of death. And then maybe Monspet comes in and takes care of her, because they do have a very good relationship. And I really want to see how they came all molded together. That seems very, very interesting. But anyways, so we learned that Nerobasta, the Godness Clan that took over Hauser, is, I believe, a divine Lancer Corporal, and from Monspet's impression, that seems like one of the foot soldiers, that she was not very strong, like Godness Clan. She probably, as like, I guess if you're gonna rank the system, like the commandments and like the Godness, like, I mean the demons and Godness, like she would be like maybe a little bit above the red and gray demons, because then Monspet, like again, says like if this is one of the 4 great angels, we would be in trouble. And again, Nakama Sensei is throwing in those hints that there's some great things that are gonna come. We were probably are not ready for, because I could see like red demons, the corporals, maybe the lower Godness Clan down there. We see them, we see the commandments, and the 4 great angels just a little bit above. But it's cool to see this some sort of system in the Godness Clan, like I guess world and kind of stuff. So there's a divine Lancer Corporal, and then probably some like soldiers, I don't know, like swordsmen kind of stuff. And then we get like the 4 great angels, which I probably, going back to the Elizabeth thing, I would not be surprised if there's been heavily hinted, not confirmation yet, but heavily hinted that Elizabeth is like part Godness, or she's like something inside her, like she has Godness inside her, or she's part Godness, that kind of stuff. That maybe she was one of the 4 great angels, and maybe it would be like Meliodas, one of the Ten Commandments' strongest demons, fell in love with one of the strongest like angels, and it kind of reminds me of Romeo and Juliet. I know like people are like, whoa, Romeo and Juliet. I don't know. It's just something about just thinking about like Elizabeth being one of the 4 great angels, most powerful Godness, and Meliodas being one of the most powerful like demons, like loving each other. And it wouldn't make sense why he was kicked, like why the Demon King exiled Meliodas, give these both courses, and then it's just more questions how the Demon King was able to give these 2 like curses, because they're very tough people, Meliodas, and I guess if Elizabeth were to be a 4 great angel, very tough. But anyways, moving on, chapter continues off. Monspet, they have a very nice moment of talking. He's like, we'll go back here, no worries. You know I love her here, please keep it. But anyways, and it's like we could finally, like the castle is finally being slain, and we go back, we see the king, we see the sisters, and like, oh, what happened to another, and we see like confirmation that House has been perished, he's gone, and we see tears coming down, and then the end of the chapter, we see Dryas or Frauden come down, and he's like, you have no hope now. And that pretty much the chapter. Really enjoy the chapter. Don't know what's gonna happen next chapter. I never really liked Dryas as a commandment kind of thing. Like, I always felt he was out of place. Oh, he is kind of out of place, but I always felt like he was kind of less like threatening and like interesting one for me. But we'll see how it goes. Anyways, this has been Epic, guys. I'll see you next week.